You come home after a long, exhausting day, turn the key in the lock, and push the front door open. Before you even have time to set your bags down, your dog is right there waiting for you. They immediately approach you, and their tail is going a mile a minute, swishing back and forth in an absolute blur. It is the pure, unconditional love we all crave from our furry best friends. You drop to your knees to give them a massive hug. It is a beautiful, heartwarming moment that plays out in millions of living rooms every single evening. And it is probably why you wanted to share your life with a dog in the first place. But what if we have been drastically misinterpreting this classic canine greeting? You probably think a wagging tail universally means your dog is overjoyed to see you, completely thrilled, and begging for affection. It is natural to feel that way because we constantly project our own human emotions of happiness onto that adorable movement. However, you are completely wrong. The truth is that a wagging tail does not always equal a happy dog. In the complex world of canine body language, the tail is a highly sophisticated communication tool. Assuming that every single wag means your dog is in a state of pure bliss is one of the most dangerous mistakes a devoted owner can make. Ignoring this crucial behavioral nuance is masking the profound reality about your dog's internal world and hidden stress levels. When you assume every wag is a green light for physical contact, you might be forcing them into overwhelming situations without even realizing it. Your well-meaning affection could be triggering deep-seated survival instincts you did not even know were active. A wagging tail simply means your dog is emotionally aroused. But that stimulation can easily be rooted in fear or severe anxiety. Misreading these vital cues can push a nervous dog over their emotional threshold, eroding the trust you have built. To protect them, we must learn to read what their tail is actually saying. According to canine ethology and advanced veterinary behavioral research, the tail is far more than just a metronome of joy. It is a complex, highly evolved barometer of emotional arousal. When we look closely at the data gathered by modern animal behaviorists, it becomes crystal clear that a wag is simply a measure of how stimulated a dog is by their current environment, not necessarily how happy they feel. This is a sophisticated language built on height, speed, stiffness, and direction. And understanding this silent vocabulary is absolutely non-negotiable for any dedicated pet parent who truly wants to honor their animal's boundaries. In this comprehensive guide, we are breaking down 3 specific tail movements you absolutely must know. We will explore exactly what your furry best friend is trying to tell you in everyday situations. But make sure you pay very close attention all the way until number 3. That final movement will reveal the absolute most dangerous warning sign that loving owners consistently mistake for peaceful happiness. Missing that specific, subtle cue could permanently damage the profound trust and bond you share with your dog. Are you ready to discover what your dog has been trying to communicate to you all along? Let us begin. Number 1. The high, stiff, first wag, also known as the flagpole wag. Let us picture a very common, everyday scenario. You are walking your dog through your local neighborhood, or perhaps you are standing together at the edge of a busy dog park. Your dog spots a new, unfamiliar dog approaching from a distance, or maybe a delivery person is suddenly walking up your driveway. Suddenly, your dog's tail shoots straight up into the air. It is completely rigid, held high over their back, and it begins vibrating with a rapid, tight, almost twitchy wag at the very tip. Almost instinctively, humans interpret this visual display as intense excitement, because the tail is moving so fast. You might smile and think your dog is showing extreme friendliness. You might assume they are simply bursting with joy, eager to say a polite hello to this new friend. Many well-meaning owners will even loosen the leash at this exact moment and encourage their dog to go play. assuming that this rapidly vibrating tail is the canine equivalent of a wildly waving hand saying a cheerful hello. We so desperately want our dogs to be social butterflies. So we project our own human desires for friendship directly onto their bodies. But by making this innocent assumption, you are falling for one of the most common and potentially risky illusions in all of canine body language. Evolutionarily speaking, your dog is actually executing a highly tuned arousal and assessment mechanism. When that tail goes up like a rigid flagpole, it is not a welcoming wave. It is a biological strategy. By holding the tail high and wagging it stiffly, your dog is actively dispersing their unique scent into the surrounding air to announce their formidable presence. At the exact same time, it signals high alertness and potential defensiveness to whatever is approaching. What they are actually saying is, I am highly stimulated. I am completely unsure of this situation, and I am absolutely ready to react if I am pushed too far. What does this mean for you as their protector? To adapt to this tense moment and prevent a potential conflict, you must immediately pause your approach. Do not force them forward or pull them tightly. Instead, keep the leash secure. Avoid direct eye contact with the approaching trigger, and advocate for your pet space. If a well-meaning stranger is trying to pet your dog while they display this flagpole wag, politely ask them to stop. You must allow your dog to initiate further physical contact entirely on their own terms, and only when that stiff tail finally drops back down to a relaxed, neutral position. Number 2. The left biased asymmetrical wag. Let us imagine you are introducing your dog to a strange new object in the house, like a noisy vacuum cleaner, or perhaps a person they have never met reaches out to pat their head. You look down and notice your dog's tail is wagging, but it is distinctly leaning and sweeping much more toward the left side of their body. As humans, we almost always interpret this lopsided wag as a quirky, happy greeting trait. It looks silly and profoundly endearing, so we naturally assume our dog is just being their goofy, joyful self. We might even laugh and encourage the interaction, thinking this crooked wag is a sign of playful curiosity. But the truth hidden in that leftward sway is deeply rooted in canine neurology, and it tells a completely different, far more concerning emotional story. Biologically, the animal is actually executing a powerful right hemisphere brain response. Science confirms a dog's right brain processes negative emotions, anxiety, and withdrawal instincts, and it directly controls the left side of their body. So what they are actually saying with that crooked sway is, I recognize you, but I'm currently feeling extremely anxious, conflicted, or intimidated. To adapt to this and protect your best friend, you must immediately assess the environment for hidden stresses. Lower your physical profile to appear less threatening. Instead of reaching over their head, gently offer a consent handshake by extending the back of your relaxed hand, letting them choose whether to engage or retreat safely. Finally, number 3, the vital warning sign we mentioned at the start of our journey. Picture your dog crouching slightly, their tail tucked tightly between their legs, giving a low, slow, sweeping wag. So many pet parents look at this gentle motion and mistake it for a calm, submissive, or mildly content dog simply settling in. You might reach out to offer a comforting hug, assuming they are just being sweet, shy, and compliant. But you must reframe this visual immediately, because it is a glaring indicator of acute emotional distress. It is a profound, pacifying behavior showing that your dog is absolutely terrified. That slow wag is their desperate way of begging for the current interaction or environment to stop immediately. To protect your profound bond, you must immediately cease whatever action is occurring. Give your dog a clear escape route to their safe space, and never force physical affection when their tail drops below the neutral spine line. In the end, Understanding these biological signals transforms how we care for our companions. When we stop projecting human expectations and start listening to what their bodies are desperately trying to tell us, we build a foundation of absolute trust. Your dog relies on you to be their safe harbor, and learning their true, unspoken language is the greatest